All right, so what are these comments? Comments is text written in a program that is ignored by the compiler and therefore is not executed like other lines of code when the programs run. Essentially, we tell the computer, hey, the text that you're looking at here isn't code, so don't bother. Just skip over it. So the computer ignores it, which means we can write it in, and as humans, as programmers, still have something to look at. The cool part is that means we can write in plain English, right? We can finally do something that's not necessarily coding itself. So there are 3 different ways we write comments. There's 3 different symbols and combinations you can use. First off is block comments. So this is primarily meant for comments that are expected to be multiple lines long. Like if you really have to provide some detail about how something works, you'll notice that this starts with a /, that's the key next to your shift key, the normal slash, and an asterisk. And then you can write your text and it will end with an asterisk and then a /. So it kind of reverses itself at the end. Slash asterisk, then asterisk slash. And you'll notice if you're writing a comment here and you hit enter in the middle, you'll see down here, it puts an asterisk on each line and just lets you keep writing. And you'll see this green highlighting here means it recognizes it as a comment, and it's essentially telling you the computer will ignore it. We can have individual line comments. So this is meant for comments that are much shorter, concise, maybe just a definition of something if you need to clarify. So for that, we use double /, so 2 of them in a row, and then you can write your text after. So this comes up, sometimes you can write it on its own line, like this example here. You could also write it after some code on a line. So after your semicolon, you could do a // and write some extra stuff there if you just want to provide a quick note without adding more lines to your file. The last one is one we're not going to use. It is called a JavaDoc comment, and it's meant to describe APIs or application programming interface documentation. We don't really do that, but you'll see it's actually pretty similar to a block comment. The only difference is it has a second asterisk at the beginning and only at the beginning. And that's for someone to be able to go and find it pretty easily. They just search for /*, and it would be the only things that'll come up when you search for that in a document would be JavaDoc comments. But again, we won't really be worrying about it. They can also be multi-line though. You can kind of see an example of it there. Now, these examples showed comments for single lines of code, right? Is it really necessary to write a whole sentence just to describe what this print statement does? Absolutely not. Typically, we'll use comments to describe sections of code. You've seen comments on exams that describe what a method does, which is really powerful. And that's maybe a more reasonable use of them. But I just wanted to kind of demonstrate what each of them looks like here without having a ton of code on your screen. So this is what comments do for us. It makes our code readable, right? Someone could read the code and actually read some English to tell what's going on, to tell what the intention of the author was, etc. So comments are pretty powerful. Now let's talk about preconditions and postconditions.